hope you're having a wonderful day. I woke up this morning to find about 3 inches, about 10 centimeters of snow on the ground. Just woke up, looked outside, and we're covered in white. It's amazing. This is March. All my life, I have never, ever seen snow here in March. Usually I'm planting my garden by this time, and now it's gonna be frozen again. But, oh well, what can you do, right? Snow is an act of nature. It's beautiful as well, and to look out onto it is absolutely gorgeous. So, hi Declan, nice to see you, bud. Hey, we have Declan present all the way from across the pond in Ireland. Dear friend from Ireland, and a colleague of Brendan Bouchard's Experts Academy, and same with Melissa. It's so great to have you guys here. So, you know what? I'm going to get started. Hey, thank you, Declan. So, welcome everyone. Once again, thank you. I'm honored that you're here. It's nice to see you here. My name's Parkash Bains, and I am the creator of globalvegetarian.ca. It's a website with tons of valuable information, articles, and recipes to support your healthy lifestyle. And my mission is to raise awareness about the incredible health benefits of a vegetarian lifestyle. And today's topic is the spice secrets that you need to know, which is a 4-part series. Today's the first of a four-part series, sharing with you the what, why, and the how of integrating spices in your daily diet to live a healthier and hopefully a more flavorful life. And I'm really, really, really passionate about this topic because herbs and spices have such incredible health benefits that we generally miss out on because we don't actually think of them as food in terms of nutritional value. Am I right? Tell me if I'm right. Give me a thumbs up if you think that's in fact true. So my ambition is to change that by sharing evidence with you of how powerful they really are. I, for one, am in awe of their health benefits. So the outline for today's live cast, I just want to go over with you so you know what we're going to talk about and to stay on point. So I'll talk a bit about spices in general. I'll talk about the importance of antioxidants, and later you'll learn why. About the process of aging as it relates to antioxidants. I'll talk about saffron, which is my topic, my spice of the day, as there is such compelling evidence about its health benefits if we use it regularly. I will then finally show you how to make my deliciously nutritious saffron smoothie. How about that? Now, before I get into all of the details that I just mentioned, here's something you can do for me. In the comment section, if you could list the herbs and spices that you use in your regular diet, doesn't have to be every day, but spices that you use regularly. Herbs, spices, just indulge me and write that in the comments section below. And then later on, I will tell you, I will list out for you all the spices and herbs that I use regularly. Most of them daily, and some of them definitely regularly. So, what's the big deal about spices, you might say? Hi, Harj. Nice to see you here. Thank you for coming on live. We're just getting into the live cast today. So, again, what's the big deal about spices, you might ask? Aren't they just for adding flavor to food? Well, yes and no. Yes, they definitely do add flavor to food, but did you know that they've been used for thousands of years in Indian and Chinese medicine? The West, in fact, is just touching the tip of the iceberg. They're just beginning to catch up, relatively speaking. In fact, here's something I want to share with you. Scientists are just now discovering that herbs and spices are actually loaded with antioxidants. Not only that, here's the clincher. Hi, David. Oh, you're not seeing anything? How come? You guys, can the rest of you see me? Can you hear me and see me? Give me the thumbs up if all's well, so I'm not just babbling away on my own here. So, thank you, Melissa. Okay, that's great that you can hear me. David, hi, Harmeet. Nice to see you. Ginger, great that you're here. David, I'm sorry, I don't know why. Oh, here you are. Great. Okay, you've worked out that difficulty. Wonderful. So, as I was about to say, scientists are just beginning to discover the bountiful benefits, health benefits that is, of using herbs and spices. And here's a little bit of tit fact. They're finding out that herbs and spices are loaded, absolutely loaded with antioxidants. But here's the clincher. Herbs and spices have the most antioxidant power of any food category on the planet. That's right. Higher than vegetables, higher than fruits, everything. The potency is so mind-blowing. Because just imagine, right? Either a teaspoon or just a pinch can significantly increase the nutritional value of your meal. So, you guys, I had mentioned that I would give you a list of spices that I use on a regular basis. Hey, Amardeep. Hey, here's another one from New York. Melissa, we have another friend from New York joining us. I'm honored that you're here. So, as I said, hello, thank you. The spices that I use on a daily basis are turmeric, cumin, cayenne, coriander, cloves, cardamom, cinnamon, fennel, anise, ajwain, saffron, but I just started using that as of March 1st, and I'll tell you a little bit later as to why I decided to incorporate that into my daily regimen. And herbs, I use pretty much every day cilantro and parsley, and oregano and basil on a very regular basis. So, just incorporate as many of these as you can. And again, routine consistency is very, very important, because when they do studies, it's not, people that have spices or herbs on a random basis in their regimen. It has to be consistent every day in order to reap the benefits of everything, right? That's how life works, consistency. So anyways, getting back to the antioxidant power of spices and herbs. There's a website, and I'll post a link of that later on. It's a database of 3,000 foods ranked in terms of their antioxidant score. This was done by 16 scientists who spanned the globe, testing and ranking all sorts of foods. And do you want to know what this study concluded? It concluded that plant foods contain, on average, now pay attention to this, plant foods contained, on average, 64 times more antioxidants than animal foods. 64 times. So you might say, okay, what are you ranting on about antioxidants for? We're supposed to be talking about spices. Well, there's a means to my madness. Before getting into the details of the topic today, I want to actually talk a little bit more in depth about antioxidants and why they're important. So the four questions. What are they? Where do we get them from? Why are they important and how do they work? So what are antioxidants? Well, they are micronutrients like vitamin A, C, E, as we all know, but there are hundreds, if not thousands of compounds as well. Compounds like flavonols and polyphenols that we find in dark chocolate, resveratrol that we find in red wine because of the dark grapes, the red grapes. Lycopene in tomatoes. I'm sure you all know that lycopene is so very good for you. And carotenoids that give produce its rich, vibrant color. That's just, just a few examples of some of the antioxidant compounds. And there's so many of them. And that's why we need to eat such a wide variety of a plant-based diet so that our body is getting the essential nutrients that it needs on a daily, regular basis. The where do we get antioxidants from? Well, I think you've already kind of clued into that as I've been talking. We get them from fresh vegetables, particularly fresh organic vegetables, and particularly the dark leafy green ones. We get them from fruits, we get them from nuts, tea, even coffee, and of course, you know what I'm going to tell you, herbs and spices. Our body also produces some of them, but this decreases as we age. So what else is new, right? So when choosing foods, remember this. It's really, really important. I want you to just drill it in here. Intense color combined with intense flavor equals intense health benefits. Intense color, intense flavor. So when you're out there shopping in the supermarket, just pay attention to those things. Not only the freshness, but the intensity, the vibrancy of color and flavor. The why. Why are antioxidants important? Thank you, guys. Thank you so much for your thumbs up and hearts. I love it. Why are they important? Well, they're important because we need them to fight the free radicals that are responsible for making us sick, making our body age, in fact. Now, imagine these free radicals, these little terrorists that are running around inside our bodies, damaging our healthy cells. Not a very nice image, is it? Hi, Nav. Glad that you joined us. Thank you. Glad to have you here. Why are you angry? Somebody's giving me an angry symbol. That's not very nice. If you're angry, then go away. We just want happy people here because this is all about living on a happy planet and sharing joy, okay? So anyways, as I was saying, antioxidants fight free radicals that ravage our bodies. That's why they're important. I'm going to read you a quote from Dr. Earl Stadman, who's a well-known biochemist. He claims that aging is actually a disease. So here it goes. He says, the human lifespan simply reflects the level of free radical damage that accumulates in the body's cells. When enough damage accumulates, cells can't survive anymore. They just give up. So aging is, in fact, a disease, according to him. So what is free radical damage, you might ask? Well, free radical damage is a natural biological response to toxins, stress, and inflammation in your body. It can be environmental, it can be food-related, drugs, chemicals, and so on. Free radicals cause damage at a cellular level. That's where that destruction of those little terrorists goes on. This destruction is called oxidation, which leads to tissue damage, illness, even organ damage. In other words, this is a scary thought. We're slowly rusting, guys. We are slowly rusting. That's why antioxidants are so important. They protect us from this free radical damage. They are our defense system to prevent that rusting. Now, how do they work? Well, they work by fighting the oxidation process. They go to war against those nasty free radicals. In so doing, they protect our cells from oxidative destruction. They give us the ability to fight disease by strengthening our immune system, our vital organs, and so on. Okay, so back to spices. That's what it was supposed to be about, right? But I needed to take you on this sidebar to emphasize the importance of antioxidants to our health and well-being before getting into how powerful spices are in relation to other foods, ounce per ounce, in terms of their nutritional potency. I'm going to repeat what I said earlier. Herbs and spices are the richest source of antioxidants of all other foods on this planet. I repeat, of all other foods on this planet. Thank you, Harmeet. Thank you. Thank you for your comments. Please, if you like the content, please share it. Click the share button, hit the share button, and share it with others. You know, the more we share this information, because my mission is for us all to live healthier, longer lives. So, as I said, they are the richest source of antioxidants of all foods on this planet. So having said that, let me get back to their health benefits, which is what I've wanted to talk about. Thank you, Melissa. Thank you so much. Thank you, Harmeet. I'm sure you've all heard about the many health benefits of turmeric, right? It's a spice in vogue these days. It's been the subject of many clinical studies for its anti-inflammatory and other properties. But let's save turmeric for next week, if you will indulge me. I'll talk about it in depth next week. Hi, Sonia. Nice to see you. Glad you joined up. So going back, as I was saying, I'd like to save turmeric for next week when I will go into depth about its uses and health benefits. And I will also share my personal story of including turmeric in my daily regimen from back about 2 years ago. If you want some more depth on the uses and health benefits of many different spices, you can download my ebook by going to globalvegetarian.ca/ebook. It has a wealth of information on the uses and health benefits of many different spices, so I'm sure you'll be glad that you did. For today's discussion, however, I'm going to talk about saffron. That's right, saffron. Did you know that saffron is the most expensive food on this planet? That's right. It is the king of spice. Not only that, is the king of all foods, if you take it in terms of price. Thank you. Thank you for the hearts and the thumbs up. Thank you so much. So I'm going to show you. Normally it comes in 1 gram containers, but because I've started using it, as I mentioned, regularly as of a few days ago, March 1st, I bought a 5 gram container. Here it is. This beautiful, colorful, vibrant strands that have a lovely, lovely aroma. And but normally you find it in 1 gram containers. Here's another one I had, which I've finished already. This was a 1 gram container. So a 1 gram container like this, or a little plastic container normally, costs somewhere around $5. Now, what does that equate to? 1 gram for $5 equates to $5,000 for a kilogram, right? Which is approximately $2,300 a pound. But heck, you're never going to use a pound of it, right? You just need to use a pinch. Hi, Virginia. Nice to see you here. Glad to see that you use saffron. So anyways, as I was saying, it is the most expensive food on the planet. Forget caviar. The Russians can have caviar, but saffron is the king of spice. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take, right now, a few strands of my saffron and put it into a cup of hot water, because we're going to make that smoothie I promised you a little bit later on. But what you need to do is just take a few strands, put them into hot water. Here, see, just a pinch. And this is going to, the hot water is going to start the saffron from releasing its color pigment and the flavor. And I'll show you again in a couple of minutes what this water looks like after those colors and flavors have released. Well, you can't smell the flavor, but I can. So let's talk a little bit about facts about saffron. Just general facts about saffron. It comes from the stigma of the crocus flower. Thank you, Virginia. Thank you so much. It's vote of confidence means a lot. Thank you so much. It comes from the stigma of the crocus flower. It has to be handpicked during a very, very short harvesting season. And imagine this. Each flower produces only about 3 strands of saffron. You saw what it looks like. Here's about 3 strands that I have in my hand. And it takes 150 flowers to get 1 gram of dry saffron. So that tells you why it's so expensive. So you get the picture, right? But you know, just as I showed you, a little pinch, a little goes a long ways. So, for example, here's something that I want to drive home. You know, the most expensive food on the planet, yes, but here's something we all do, right? $5 worth, 1 gram, $5 worth, I believe will last, say, 10 to 14 days. Could last 2 weeks if you use just a little pinch of it every day. You know what that equates to? 1 latte. Can we spare 1 latte to use saffron for, you know, approximately 2 weeks every day and get the health benefits that it has to offer? Just, you know, just a little nudge. One thing to caution you though, don't buy powdered. Don't ever buy powdered saffron, because there's a possibility that it will be cut with turmeric or paprika, or both for all we know. So you want to make sure that you buy saffron that has nice long strands with rich vivid color, and Spanish saffron is a good one to buy because they have high standards of regulation. Now the uses of saffron. It's used as a flavoring base for rice dishes, for drinks, for desserts, for broths, and just a pinch in a cup of hot water can be replaced in any recipe for an equivalent amount of liquid. And that's what I do when I make my saffron rice pilaf. Yes, I'm going to get to that, David. Absolutely, absolutely. So anyways, as I was saying, you can use it in making rice pilaf. Oh, Spanish paella. Couldn't you just go for that right now? I know I could. But culinary uses aside, let's talk about the health benefits, because that's really what I'm here to share with you. Thank you. Think of saffron as a health tonic for your body, your mood, and your brain. Okay? For your body, because it's extremely, extremely rich in antioxidants, because of its potency of color and flavor. As I mentioned, intense color plus intense flavor equals intense benefits. I want to keep drilling that into you. So body, because it's very rich in antioxidants. Mood, because it has been clinically proven to be an antidepressant. Get that. And brain, because it, again, has been clinically proven to fight Alzheimer's disease. And I will go into evidence as to why that's true. And in so doing, I'm going to actually read you some stuff so I don't get any of it wrong about the clinical studies having been done on saffron. So we talked about why it's a powerful antioxidant, good for your body. It's a remedy for depression, as my friend David here pointed out. Clinical trials have put it head-to-head with Prozac. Now, you guys must have all heard about the antidepressant drug Prozac. It's one of the most common, most powerful antidepressant drugs out there to fight clinical depression. The conclusion was that saffron worked equally as well as the drug, but without the side effects. See, that's the beauty of nature. 20% of the people in the Prozac group suffered side effects. And actually, the side effects were to do with sexual dysfunction. Just thought I'd mention that. But unfortunately, in this case, it's one of those rare cases where the natural remedy is actually more expensive than the drug. So, another study found, this is for mood support, saffron for mood support. Another study found that even just smelling saffron appeared to have psychological benefits. The researchers noted a significant drop in stress hormones in women who sniffed the diluted saffron for 20 minutes compared with the placebo group. That gives me an idea. I think I'm going to keep a saffron snuff box to reduce anxiety whenever I need it. Remedy for Alzheimer's. And here's something that completely blew my mind. In a 16-week study, Alzheimer's patients with mild to moderate dementia who took saffron capsules showed significantly better cognitive function than a group of patients who took a placebo. Imagine that. Another 22-week double-blind study found that saffron was just as effective in treating Alzheimer's symptoms as the leading drug, once again, without the adverse side effects of the drug. Hey Steve, hi there. Glad you found me here on Facebook Live. Thank you for joining. Now, keep in mind, there is no proven way to cure Alzheimer's disease. But you know, perhaps spices like saffron and turmeric used as part of a daily healthy diet can at best prevent, or at worst, help cope with the symptoms of this terrible disease. And if we, start using these things from an earlier age, on a regular basis, maybe we can, live a healthier, longer life and perhaps prevent these debilitating diseases like dementia, strokes, so many, healthy heart. We all need that, right? But of course, the drug companies don't want us to know that, right? Because drugs translate to profits, and natural remedies are, nobody can patent the natural remedies, right? So drug companies will do their best to squash any studies, definitely not promote them, that are being done on natural health remedies. Now, all of this clinical information that I've shared with you, you can find it. Unfortunately, I forgot to bring the book here, but you can find it in a book by Dr. Michael Greger. It's called How Not to Die. Great title, right? And that's become my source, my Bible for the last few weeks in researching so much information about the health benefits of different foods. And what I like about that, I don't like to share information with people. I don't like to preach anything which is not evidenced by a credible source. So this information in this book is scientific and invaluable, in my opinion. In fact, my assistant here brought the book to me. So here it is, How Not to Die. It's a fairly thick book, but it goes into, each chapter goes into different diseases and then talks about how to prevent those diseases through a healthy plant-based diet. Now, if you want to learn, again, as I mentioned earlier, if you want to learn a little more in depth about different spices and their uses and health benefits, it would be great. I would love for you to get my free ebook at globalvegetarian.ca/ebook. Yes, David, you're absolutely right. My friend David from Texas is mentioning that Dr. Amen is a great source too for preventative living and the health benefits of nutrition. And he's known as the brain doctor. Anyway, so getting back on track here, I mentioned if you would like to learn a little bit more about various spices and in-depth information about their health benefits and uses, please get my ebook at globalvegetarian.ca/ebook. I hope you found this information, this Facebook Live broadcast, to be informative and interesting. Thank you. That's great. Thank you, guys. Your love and support actually means a great deal. The fact that you're here means a great deal to me. I am truly honored. So next week is going to be about turmeric. And I'm going to share, I will obviously go into in-depth information about the uses and health benefits of turmeric. And I will share with you my personal story of how I have benefited. And I live better as a result of having applied it in my daily life from the past couple of years. And I will even show you how to make a turmeric latte. Okay? But before I sign off, I want to show you how to make my nutritiously delicious saffron smoothie. Okay? Hey Sue, hi, nice to see you. Great that you're here. So, as I promised you, the saffron smoothie. And just before we make the smoothie, oh, by the way, see, remember this glass I showed you with the saffron strands in it? Well, look at it now. So all you need to do is soak the strands for about 10 minutes and in hot water, like I said, and then you can use it however you wish. I mean, you can actually even just drink the water if all you want to do is get the health benefit from it. So, the smoothie. Here's my blender. I'm going to pour this glass, 1 cup of warm water with the saffron that's been soaking in it. Cup of almond milk. I have an orange here, peeled. I've got my organic greens and a frozen banana. So a good couple of handfuls of greens. I've got spinach and baby kale and chard. Put it into my blender. Frozen banana. And I always keep frozen bananas in my freezer because they just make your smoothie a lot creamier. And you don't spoil bananas that way, right? You can always freeze them. Handful of walnuts. Whoops. And wonderful plant-based protein, a scoop of that. And, you know, so here's all the stuff that's in here. I'm not going to turn it on because I don't want to have you put earplugs in your ears. But voila, magically, I have my saffron smoothie already. I prepared in advance. And so I'm going to have this and then save this one for later, unless you want to come and share it with me. Anyways, the reason I said I would tell you, thank you, Rad. Thank you so much. I'll show you how to make it. I'll post the recipe later. As I was saying, I would share with you why I started using saffron. For me, the last few months, ever since around October, have been really, really difficult. I've suffered from SAD, which is seasonal affective disorder. And it's taken away my energy, my motivation, just being moody, in a bad mood. So when I read about these benefits of saffron, I thought, okay, well, this is another thing. Turmeric helped me, so now I'm going to incorporate this on a daily basis in my life as well. So that's why I started using it just as of March 1st, and I'm confident that it's going to start helping me. Thank you guys. And you know, it certainly can't hurt. Even if I don't get the mood support from it, I'm going to get all the other benefits from it. But as I already shared with you, there have been clinical studies done on and double-blind studies as well on the health, the mood support, anti-depression benefits of saffron. I mean, it's been put head-to-head with the leading drug, so it's got to work, right? Don't take it from me. I'm just the deliverer of information. I'm not the source, but that's what I do. And I want to share it with all of you because I want to spread health and well-being all over the world. So anyways, I really appreciate you. I appreciate you being here. Thank you, Declan. Thank you for watching. Thank you for sharing this live cast with me. I am honored that you did. And I will be here same time next week talking about turmeric. Thank you so much. Bye.